did this type of video was about 2 years ago before I turned 16, and I never did it again. Hello, my name is Zita. Welcome to my channel. I do a lot of things in this channel. I'm very indecisive of what I do, so I could do vlogs, I could do books in a random period of time. I do a bunch of random stuff in this channel. If you like random stuff, here's it is for you. Today's video is me showing you guys what I read 1 month, which I kind of want to make this an annual thing because again, I did this before and I never did it again, and I always wanted to do it. So I feel like this is a perfect video to do every month. Okay, you can't see the title. I have a good selection of books here and plus my Kindle. I have read, drumroll please, that was terrible, I read 7 books in January, which I remember last year I have read 7 books probably in 12 months, which is insane. I don't think I read this much books in my entire life in 1 month. Talk about the first read, which is Fake Dating by Lynn Painter. Basically, I don't know how to sum this up without spoiling it. Basically, they used to be best friends and then she moved and a lot of stuff happened. Years passed, they don't speak to each other. Jenny moves to Alex's hometown and all this stuff happens. We realize that Alec is considered a really popular kid. He's amazing in hockey and all this stuff, and it's very like, oh my gosh, they treat him as like a king almost. Something happens and then they have to pretend they're fake dating, and then it becomes something more. This is a childhood friends to not friends to fake dating to lovers, which is like insane. That's really crazy to say, but I rate this a 10 out of 10. Let me explain why, okay? I don't really give out 10 out of 10s like that, okay? I really don't, because if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not, okay? So I'm just gonna be real with you. I love Lynn Painter. I do have a bias like with Lynn Painter. I love her books. I have all her books. We get both of their POVs, which I love because I feel like when it comes to romance books, you don't really get to see the guy's POV unless, you know, you do. Especially Alex's POV, it's just very good. See his POV of how he's kind of pressured to be this amazing guy. Such a yearner, like he really like, I don't want to give so much, but he's just like, you know, he's such a yearner. Like he really, like you get like, I don't want to like, I don't know how to explain it. Oh my gosh. You get like very giggly when it comes to his chapters. He's very book boyfriend, and which are not realistic in the real world. So I think that's why I love him so much. Danny is a very real teenage girl. Danny is me. Like I'm Danny. Danny is, we're each other, okay? Like her snarky comments make me like laugh and giggle. Like just her behavior, how she acts is very teenage girl. It's very realistic. And I feel like when teenage girls get depicted in movies, books, TV shows, they just act weird because you know a grown man who's in their 60s is writing that, but that's whatever they're depicting is very unrealistic. But I feel like she is very realistic in that, and it has hockey in it, not that much but enough, okay? Enough for me to say this is a 10 out of 10. Like, I would love to see this as like a Hallmark movie. I don't know why. I feel like some books are like very raunchy and I'm like, no, I don't want to read that. So when I have a Lynn Painter book, I'm just like, oh yes, like I know this is my time to shine. And I finished reading this in around 3 days. I loved it so much. My first book of 2026. I realized I didn't have my glasses on, so here they are. I look like the nerd from Glee. Anyway, next thing is Little Fires Everywhere by Celestis. I think that's Celeste. Is that Celeste? Celeste. This is set around the 90s and it's a place called Shaker Heights, which is a progressive suburb side of Cleveland. It's mainly about these two families. One who's like not rich but not poor. So I'm like upper middle class, you would say, with the mother Elena. I literally don't even know his name. That really shows you his like irrelevance in this book. But Mr. Richards, her husband, and their children, Lexi, Trip, Moody, and Izzy, or Isabel as Elena likes to call it. This family is very like perfect family. Their family kind of reminds me of the 50s expectation of the perfect American dream. Next is another family, mother and a daughter. The mother name is Mia, daughter is Pearl. These two families correlate as to Mia and Pearl recently moved to Shakers. And a lot of stuff happens and there's a lot of storyline. This isn't like a main character, enemy, plot, all this stuff, results. That's not how it goes in this book. There's different characters, different storylines, different thoughts that we'll see. The author did so well was connecting everything together. There was nothing that was useless to use. There was nothing that she just added on there. No, everything was connected in some way. And I love that, because when you think about this one thing, because you also see Elena and Mia like fight off of each other in so many ways by how different their personalities are and how they live their lives and how different their kids are. And I think that's really cool. And it's mainly about those two. I really love Elena's and Mia's dynamic, because it's really just forcing. It's very like light and darkness, but both of them are neither light and darkness in your eyes. And the two families, even the side characters out of the two families, they're so well put together. Like, the one thing I have to say is that I wish this was a series. Unorganized because there were so much characters that you have to talk about. I would love if it was like a series of each person. I feel like the first book could have been Elena and Mia's. Like, the other thing is also, we don't get that much of Mr. Richards. I have no idea what's his first name. I really care about him, and I think because I watched the show and Joshua Jackson plays Mr. Richards, I feel like, oh, I wish he was in it more. Also connected to everything else. Like, he's a lawyer. Like, I feel for me, it really shows that, wow, like society really could make or break a person in families and friendships, and the dynamics is crazy. And I rate this a 7 out of 10. It was good. I just feel like it could have been a little bit organized. This book is Pride and Prejudice. I kid you not, I had no idea what they're saying. Like, my eyes was coming back home and I was like, oh, let me read this. I always wanted to read Pride and Prejudice. I always wanted to watch the movie. Maybe I'll watch the movie after. I had no clue what they were saying. I was so confused. I was like, what? It worked out, Ida, Romeo. My eyes couldn't comprehend what I was reading. So the best next thing was my Audible book, which made me finish in 2 days. Crazy, but I like stayed up for a long time just to finish it, because it was very entertaining. It was very slow burn, because obviously you think about Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth, and I think it was very entertaining, that dynamic, because you see that, like, this is a classic. Like, people should know this, maybe. Like, you could tell they don't like each other, but there is something. What my thing is, I think Mr. Darcy like did like her. He just couldn't like express it, and I really like that. I really thought this story was like, oh, they hated each other, they love each other, and that was it. No, completely different. I didn't know there was a whole different storyline. Her sister and his friend. I didn't know that. Lieutenant, whatever his name is, I forgot. Mr. Coinches, whatever his name is. He better be warned. He better watch his behind out. Because what do you try to get Elizabeth, tell her like, oh yeah, Mr. Darcy is a very bad guy, but you're worse. But you're actually the bad guy. You're the one trying to get little girls to marry you so you can get their money. Classic is very insightful of how it was back in the day, where they're like, oh, let's dance, oh, let's get married, ooh, ooh, ooh. I say 9 out of 10. And also my book cover is beautiful. So the next thing is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Okay. This is a very chunky book. Like, 1/3 of it was reading this physically. The second was me listening to it, and third was my Kindle. I'm one more book down. I really hope that I could finish it. I don't know how to explain this. Harry just got back from Hogwarts. A lot of stuff just happens, which is crazy, but I also didn't like it as much as the other books. I feel like it could have been a little bit more entertaining. We didn't need certain scenes, but I wish they did in the movies was like more school scenes, like more like having conversations with different people, other than like, oh, we need to defeat Voldemort. Like, I don't care about Voldemort right now. You shouldn't be caring about Voldemort right now. You should be caring about your like SAT scores or whatever. I don't remember what their exam's called, but it's just like, I feel like it could have been more. And also, why is Dumbledore making this little boy do all his dirty work? Like, what do you mean we have to kill these items because it's a part of Voldemort's body and soul? Your help. Harry's like 15. What are you doing? Like, leave him alone. He should be worrying about like anything else but that. So Harry gets a little girlfriend, and I think they're adorable. Look, he there's like hints going around. But in the movie, they just kiss and that's it. Like, he gets jealous and that's it. Like, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I want progress towards that. Not, oop, I'm jealous. Oop, you broke up. Mwah. Like, that's not how it's gonna work. That's neither 5 or 6 out of 10. I don't have the book with me, but Proverbs 31st influencer. It's crazy to go to Harry Potter to a Christian book, but that's just how I roll, okay? As I was editing this, I realized I didn't even give you guys like a sum of the book. Basically, reading the scripture in the Bible, such as Proverbs 31st, and using it, connecting it to the modern world, and it tells the impact of Proverbs 31st woman in many areas such as character, brand, and many more. This book was really good. I liked it a lot. 10 out of 10. I loved it. And very hard when there's on TikTok and on Instagram being like, oh, let's drink, let's party. And I'm not like that. I'm not drinking, I'm not partying, I'm reading. That's how I read 6 books this month. I can relate to it very much because as someone who's very young, as someone who is Christian, there is a lot of temptations out there in the real world where I can't do many things, and I'm okay with that, but they shame me for it. So it's very like, it's hard. So especially when I want to be like a little influencer, it's just things that I could do, but I ain't gonna do that, because why would I do that? I'm not gonna shape my butt on screen, okay? My cute little outfits, but that's pretty much it, okay? I rated it 10 out of 10 because it was very relatable and all the stuff. Next is the Kindle. Yeah. Next is The Housemaid by Frida. Is it Frida? Frida? That's not how, is that how you, that's definitely not how you pronounce it, but I pronounce it like that. I'm so sorry. People talking about in book talk like, oh, it's so good, da da da, like it's unexpected, da da da. And they were right. It was pretty good, pretty unexpected. This girl, she becomes a housemaid and she cleans up all this stuff, and then she realized that the lady who hired her is low-key crazy, and a lot of stuff happens, and she's like, she changes her mind, and she found out she's in pills, like all this stuff happens, right? And then in the end, but I don't want to give you spoilers, but in the end, it's a crazy twist. And in the middle of the book, crazy plot twist. I did not expect it. And then twist and twist keep coming. Then the last chapter, that's what it got me. I was like, oh my gosh. Goes that whatever trauma you have can neither make you and break you. It can neither make you a better person or a monster. I want to continue the series, but also I low-key don't at the same time. Like, if you make a sequel, how do you continue with that? I rate this a 7 out of 10. One thing I'm going to say is don't trust men. Don't trust men. Just don't trust most men because they could be crazy. The last book I read was Picking Daisies on a Sunday. I rate this an 8 out of 10 for a reason. 2 best friends, I know. These 2 old best friends, they meet each other again and they pretend to fake date. You see what's my favorite trope? Fake dating. Really fun. Real life, probably terrible. But in books, fun. This girl used to be in love with her friend Levi. Obviously, when you're gonna fake date and you're like in love with this guy, of course you're gonna feel those same feelings again, you know, when you're fake dating. I thought it was really nice. It was very fast paced. I thought it's like almost 300 pages. It was really fast. Love the dynamic between those 2 and with their families. It could have been a 10 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. And because the only thing you need is communication. They could have just talked. They talk about your feelings, dude. Just tell her that you got like, the only thing you needed to do was just talk to each other before high school, and then boom, y'all could have been together. Y'all could have been together. Like, the worst trope ever is miscommunication and like kidnapping, mainly miscommunication. Because what do you mean you haven't spoken to him for years and then you've like, what? Come on, guys, you guys, oh my gosh, like don't. Like, it really irritates me with the miscommunication because I just don't think it's that good of a trope for you to do this all the time. Just talk to each other. And yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, go like, subscribe, and comment. I know this was just me ranting about my books, but best believe I'm gonna do this again in March and the months before. But that's pretty much it, so bye.